Kiran. I'm working as an Agile coach, and many a times we see that Agile transformation is all about leadership, and many people feel that the first thing we need for an Agile transformation is support of leadership. So I try to see if I can focus on who is a leader, identify who's a leader first, and then see how exactly that particular leader will play a major role in Agile transformation. So let's just a slide for the sponsors, and just keep about my profile. That's not much important. So here are a few ground rules. Feel free to do whatever you want. Whether you want to tweet about this session, put a photo on Facebook, take a break for coffee, Slack, whatever you want, that's up to you. Because you are a self-organizing team, and I understand that you can do everything that's more meaningful. When I was talking to a few people, they said that coaching is all about asking powerful questions and trying to get answers from the coachee. So what we'll try to do is, we'll try to see if we can make this session more interactive. Nowadays, everyone has a smartphone, right? By default, one or sometimes two. So what we'll try to do is, we'll try to take an online poll and see if we can get responses from you on various questions and see how interactive we can make this. Can you please open this? It's case sensitive, so please pardon with that. It's case sensitive, so we have to open that exact link. So I'll display the results transparently here, so it's case sensitive. I don't know if the QR code works, but yeah, it's a case sensitive link. It's etc.ch/v capital C, small k, capital U. Good? Do you see the question? So all of you got the link, so you want me to jump to the results? So what I did is I tried to organize my favorites tab so it doesn't look weird. Okay. Wow. So it seems like everyone is open to thoughts and ideas. So sometimes I get around 30% on Agile Mumbo Jumbo because not everyone is a big fan of Agile. So sometimes I get that. That's good that everyone is. So we'll be using the same link for all the questions. We have around like 5 questions. So please see if you can open the link. If you are not able to open it, we'll just stay on this slide. Good. See, Agile and Waterfall. This has been a debate for a very, very long time, right? Like maybe like 20 years now. So what is your preferred way of working? What do you think? Whatever pays better? Whatever gets works done? Or what is it? What do you think? Whatever gets the job done? Perfect, okay. What is your preferred way of working? You can refresh the same page. Just refresh it, you'll have the updated question. Hybrid approach, okay. So it seems like there are different answers. See, in my experience as an Agile coach so far, I have seen that leadership only cares about the first one. It's like a black box. Work, the process is behind a black box. They don't care what process you're following or what framework. All they need is get the job done. So that's my experience. So based on that, what we'll try to do is how exactly we can change that. Have you seen this anytime? Have you seen managers or people in leadership being scared of Agile or extremely skeptical about that? I just thought this will add more fun to the session. Seems like he's not more Agile. So many people feel Agile is all about random hiring, chaotic environment, but it's not that. How do you feel about Agile ways of working? Like I said, right? Many of us have been maybe managers, project coordinators, developers, software engineers. So how do you feel about Agile ways of working? You can refresh the same page. Collaborative, empowered. I get a lot of insecure and frustrated answers many a times. Frustrated. Because when I'm talking to a couple of project managers, they say that I feel the Scrum Master role is so powerless. Why should I even take that role? It's like a demotion for me. I can't get the job done. So they feel very frustrated when they're trying to take that role, or whenever they come to a stand-up, they feel very frustrated because things are not moving fast at the pace they expected. Let's do a small exercise, okay? Which circle is bigger, 1 or 2? Nah, they're not saying. So I designed the slides, right? I know which is bigger and which is smaller. What do you think? How many think 1 is bigger? How many think 2 is bigger? Why is that? See, I was able to easily manipulate your thoughts, right? They are both of the same size. So I have the choice to manipulate your thoughts because I'm the person dictating here. Sometimes the same thing happens in an enterprise. When you are in a position of a leader, you have the choice to do the right thing. And your entire team structure or delivery depends on that. So make that choice carefully. So have you played Agile Games, constructing a Lego city or rockets, balloon games? Have you all tried that? Then what's the next step after that? What's the next step after Agile Games? Let's rock. I'm a superhero, Agile transformation. I'm an Agile coach. That's how things are done, right? We do a couple of games, couple of sessions, and then bam, we are ready for Agile transformation. See, I was putting a lot of weight and a couple of my fans were getting really tight, and then I thought, let me start running. After running 100 meters, I was extremely exhausted. Then I thought, this is not for me. I tried going on for that over a week, and then I was able to run 2-3 kilometers. So not many people tend to forget it's kind of a journey where, yes, it's frustrating and insecure at the very, very beginning, but over a period of time, we'll really see the fruits of following an Agile transformation. What is our mindset? How do we even develop that? What I say is, our mindset is a set of patterns that we have developed based on the things we have worked with, based on our education, based on the company we work with, based on our culture of your own country of origin. There can be multiple things. Similarly, people say, this is Telstra culture, this is NAB culture, this is not how things are done here. We are a different culture. So culture is a really, really strong word where people say that this is not how things are done. So you being a leader, how you can change that? But the core question, why Agile, why now? Why do you even want Agile now? Any thoughts on that? Because we have been successfully doing Waterfall for a very, very long time, right? So why do you think we even need Agile? No thoughts?
I didn't want to be controversial in the previous section, but I don't know if we've been successfully doing Waterfall for a long time. I don't think that's actually factually correct. Waterfall doesn't always work. It takes a long time. It can be very expensive. So I think delivery value early is the cornerstone of Agile practice.
So why do we need faster delivery cycles, right?
I was going to say, I don't think that's a question of most people say on Agile. It's more like Waterfall isn't delivering us faster learning cycles, or Waterfall isn't giving us the ability to pivot quickly, or Waterfall isn't adaptive enough to our customer needs.
See, that's the challenge.
They don't actually say, why do we need Agile?
Exactly. That's how every Agile transformation should start with. What are my dysfunctions? Why do I even need to transform to Agile? But the challenge is most of the people start with, let's get 2 days training, let's get Jira set up, let's get epics. It doesn't matter whether your business analyst is writing requirement document or your product owner is writing epics and putting them in Jira, right? If you're not getting that learning cycle fast. So that's the reason. Let's look at historic trends. Historically, people are paid for their physical work. Then came Industrial Revolution, where people are paid for a sequential job, where everything is standardized. And then came the job of technical work. But right now, we are in the world of innovation, where things change drastically. That's the reason we need a faster learning life cycle where we can experiment safely. We need that environment where an experiment is not considered as a failure, but it's considered as a step towards success. That's the reason we need Agile now. What do you think is the role of a leader in this transformation? What do you think? Are you in the leadership position right now?
Create the environment for those things to be part of just the DNA of the groups and the teams.
See, for example, I'm a software developer for almost 5 years. So do you think I'm a leader? So how do you define what's leadership? So are you in leadership position right now? So what do you think? Are you in a leadership position right now? Let's just try this. I need some help with this. Can someone tell me what is this? Can someone tell me what is this? Yes?
Different languages.
3 different languages. What's this one? What's this?
Another one.
Vehicle? So it's the same term written in different languages. So when we speak a common language, we understand what we are talking, right? Now we all understand that same term. Now let's take a different approach. For a biker, that's a vehicle. For a student, a cycle is a vehicle. For a farmer, tractor is a vehicle, and for a corporate lady, car is a vehicle. So even though sometimes when we are talking about the same thing, we might not understand the same thing. So language is different and understanding is different. With Agile, what we try to do is we try to build that common understanding. How exactly can we get that common understanding across teams? Whether it's definition of done or making things transparent, common understanding is what we are focusing on. Now, as a leader, what do you think we can do? So what I feel is, a leader is not about titles, it's just about one life influencing another. So you might be a developer sitting in a corner cubicle or a CEO sitting in a corner office. If you can influence your own circle, you are a leader. So how exactly you can identify yourself as leader and influence people around you? That's the core context of this session. For that, you might need a few steps, right? We'll just go through that steps. You all know the push system, where we'll say that, yes, we got a project approved, let's hire a project manager, work breakdown structure, this is the budget, and let's push on to the team. That's how we have been, right? We are in a push system. But we have to move to a pull system. How exactly we can do that? Anyone know what's a Cobra Effect? No? So, in British India, when British was ruling India, there used to be a lot of cobras in the capital city of Delhi. So the government announced a prize saying that whoever catches cobra, the bigger the cobra, the better the reward. Finding this, people started taming cobras in their houses. Understanding that this is happening, the British government disbanded that entire scheme. Having no use of the cobras, they were left into the wild. So in turn, the problem became even worse than the scheme it was intended to resolve that. So sometimes what happens is the traditional reward and punish systems in enterprises might not solve your problems. So how can you solve that? Failure stories. So are you comfortable sharing your failure stories? Sure? Let's see how many are. Yes? You have 100%? See, we were talking about this, right? Agility is all about creating that safe environment. You should create an environment as a leader, whether you're a developer, a coach, a program manager, or a team lead, or whatever you are. You should create a safe environment where your team can feel psychologically safe. Where the team can be themselves, take risks, make mistakes, raise problems, disagree. Psychological safety is where the team feels that they will not be bullied or there is no retribution if something goes wrong. That's the kind of environment you need to create. So the first step in changing or identifying yourself as a leader is be mature enough to understand the era of knowledge workers, where innovation is happening faster, and create an environment of safety. How can you create that? Be aware. The next step, generate insights. How do you generate insights? Experimenting. See, let's say there is a car going at 40 miles per hour and the speed limit is 30 miles per hour. How do you change the mindset of that particular person? Reward and punish, ticket system. Maybe that doesn't work. Educate them. They already have a license, right? So they are already educated on that. So how do you change it? Bribe him. See, being a coach, I'll just show them a mirror saying that your speed limit is 40, but you're at 40 kilometer speed, but the speed limit is only 30. So this is the ideal state, and this is your current state. What do you want to do? That's your choice. So here, I don't take any accountability of actions. It's on that person. More kind of a coaching style. So generate insights in that particular person to understand. Many people say we don't see value in standard. So this is your ideal state. This is your current state. Do you really require standard? Do you really want to time box it? You take a call.
I think one of the biggest challenges is getting leaders to understand that if they're speeding, that there's the implication to the rest of the organisation. Because you can say that to them, you can hold them speed up. But unless they travel to the offshore delivery centre and experience what the people are going through, they never really get it. So sort of think there's an experiential component that's missing apart from just putting a sign.
Yeah.
So they've got the dashboards, they've got the data.
It's like multiple steps in online. So what we're trying to do is like, can we create that awareness? Can we create that insight? And are the leaders mature enough to take that call? So the one that you're talking about is the last step where they say that, yes, I'm mature enough to understand, but I chose not to take a call. That's something, it's a helpless situation. So
I think. I mean, as coaches, I think we need to somehow perturb them enough. You know, if they're not listening or looking at the mirror. Anyway.
Yeah. So the second step is generate insights. Show them a mirror and give them the required autonomy to take a call. Can you do that? Like I said, you need not be a project manager or a program manager. You can be anyone in your team, but can you be leader in your own context and do that kind of a thing? The last step, create awareness. See, let's say there is a small report and the employee has completely spoiled the report and they'll say, you're an idiot. I got bashing from client because of your mistake. How is that? It's more kind of a personal attack. I'll say your work is useless. How is that? Or I'll say, hey, you have been doing a great job for almost 6 months, but in the past 2-3 weeks, it's been drastically coming down. Anything I can help you with? Or do you see any issues personally? These are the issues I see in the report. Please get this done by this time. How do you think that is? More kind of sandwich approach. Here, who owns what needs to be done? I own what needs to be done because I tell, do this. Who owns by what time it needs to be done? I own it because I tell, please get it done by today or tomorrow end of day. If you take a different approach, considering yourself in the shoes of end user, what do you think are the changes this report requires? Do you think you can check with your colleagues on what changes does this require? What time do you think you can get this done? Whom do you think can help you with this? When I'm asking these kind of questions, it's the accountability of employee to answer and own that. That's the kind of ownership awareness we need to create being a leader. How do you create that? You create that by giving them a goal and opportunity to collaborate. So see, for example, you sat in a sequential row, right? Because you have something to sit around, you are able to arrange yourself. Had it been a round table, you will be in a circular table. So it's not like team is self-managing, they are self-organizing. You need to give them a goal and the team can self-organize around that. So if people say this is agile transformation, all I see in most of my experience is people simply focus on tools and process. Have you got Jira license set up? Have you started documentation in Confluence? Only focus is always on tools and process. But we have to focus on the end-to-end approach, which starts from leadership and ends with people, because the foundation of every organization is people or its employees. Can we focus on this entire pyramid rather than just tools and process? Ultimately, whatever is your part of transformation, can you create a culture of collaboration where people can feel psychologically safe? You can have your global delivery model where people are working from US, India, Manila, everywhere, but ultimately, can you create that culture of collaboration? That's the important thing. So you as a leader, you need insights where you understand that you can show them a mirror, give them the required autonomy. You need to create awareness where you can give them a goal and create a culture of collaboration. And ultimately, be mature enough to understand that this is an era of knowledge workers and see if you can create psychologically safe environment. So it's all about you as a leader. Can you have insight? Can you create awareness? And do you have the maturity to do the right call or make the right thing happen? So that's what I feel is leadership all about. It doesn't matter whether you're a developer or a programmer or an agile coach. If you can't create these in your teams, then there's no point. So how do you think you feel about this session? We can refresh the same page. I'm pretty transparent for feedback, so don't worry about it. Yep. See, that's the first thing, right? You see, for example, I'm a speaker and I'm open to feedback or transparently presenting everything. So you have, as a leader, also have to do the same thing. Can you create these kind of three things: insight, awareness, and maturity? Then you can influence your team at any level. Thank you so much. So I think we covered it a lot faster than we want. Any questions?